Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 13th of July 2022. Well, I've seen a couple of headlines and other bits of evidence, or whatever you want to call it, now that the monkey business has been proven not to flown at all. People just haven't taken that seriously. It hasn't worked. It's a dead duck. So what do the powers that shouldn't be do? Well, they go back to the tried and tested original, the Lurgi, and they continue to try and ramp things up on that, at least. And I noticed in one of these headlines, I saw the the Whiskey Hotel Oscar organisation are suggesting that governments bring back muzzle mandates, and there are calls from certain people in this country as well for them to come back. And I believe indeed that certain hospitals and doctor surgeries are insisting that people visiting those places wear them again as well. I don't even remember when they dropped that. It was only very recently, I think, that they dropped it, but it seems like they are asking people to wear them. One of my stand in the park people has to go to hospital this week apparently for a small minor procedure of some sort, and he was saying that the letter he got, he was asked to wear one when he turns up, which I'm delighted to say he will not be obeying in the slightest, being a proud Stand in the Park member. So if they do try and bring this stuff back, we just need to push back against it and just tell them no. Non-compliance is the answer now from here on in. And if they try and bring this stuff back, it's just got to be a very firm no. And that goes for any other kind of restrictions they bring in as well, and sort of be damned with the consequences. So I also saw a quick little video, which I'll leave in the comment section in the description box below, and the guy's going on about an interview that this female government minister or member of the government had with GB News, and she was talking about how Jeremy Hunt, one of the members of the government, wanted to bring in basically zero Lurgi policy, and basically what China is doing. So as soon as someone has a test to the positive, government agents would come around and take them away to internment camps. And in this interview, this lady was saying to him, well, you can't do that, not in this country. And he just said, well, why not? And she had to sort of explain to him, like you explain to an idiot, because people just won't wear it and will put up with it. And if you go to extremes like that, and he still didn't seem to get it. And the frightening thing is this guy is one of the contenders for the next Prime Minister here in the UK once Johnson goes. So all of the leadership race is in full flow now, and he is one of the contenders. So it might be a good idea to spread word of this interview far and wide. I'll be linking to sort of below here the video on that, and it might explain to people why it wouldn't be a very good idea for that guy to ever be Prime Minister. I think he's an outsider. I don't think he will ever get in, and let's hope not. Not that any of the others are that much better as far as I'm concerned, and I think really we need to continue just looking into alternatives, parallel societies and all of this kind of thing. And just one last bit of news I'll relate is I saw something. Apparently in the Netherlands, they are starting to set up food cooperatives, basically where the general public, as the name would suggest, kind of getting together into cooperative groups, buy direct from the farmers. And the photo I saw actually shows all of this fresh produce in some kind of market setting. Must be some sort of market, farmers market type of setup there. And wouldn't that be a great idea if that kind of caught on and spread like wildfire? Because I don't know, say you pay £1 in the supermarket for a certain item of food or several items of a particular food, whether it's carrots, onions, potatoes, eggs, whatever it might be. If you're paying £1 for that, and I shouldn't think the farmer would be getting any more than 25p, and that might even be an overestimation as well. So what could happen at these, these sort of food co-op things is we could just give the farmer direct 50p rather than him getting 25p, so he immediately doubles his money and we halve our kind of food shopping bill basically. And that'd be a real win-win, and the only people who lose out would be the big supermarkets and the powers that shouldn't be. So that might be something that could really take off. So if I see more about that kind of thing, these sort of food groups, food cooperatives, I will sort of report back to you. Anyway, last thing I'm going to report on, and I've just been reminded of this because it's pretty hot in this sealed up vehicle, and I saw a headline that the UK government are considering having a Cobra meeting, which normally only happens if there's something like a terrorist attack and they have to declare some kind of national emergency. Well, they're sort of planning on having one of these things and talking about declaring a national emergency, just because we've got a bit of a heat wave here at the moment. And it must be sort of high 20s out there, which is getting on for about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And I think over the weekend and going into next week, it looks like it might even be a kind of going into the 30s or up towards 100 Fahrenheit. And they're talking about declaring a national emergency for that. And honestly, how you guys in Australia and the hotter parts of the USA, etc., cope with those sort of temperatures for months on end, who knows? Maybe our government should just sort of come over and take a visit and learn a few lessons from you guys without having to declare a national emergency. It just shows you how overreaching the government are and how sort of feeble and pathetic so many people are in the face of just a little bit of discomfort. Absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? And on that note, I'll leave it and be back tomorrow. Tim from Fair Play Now. Thanks for watching.